Let's start with the agro space now, where the pulses prices rose today on value buying, supported by hopes of an improvement in local demand ahead of the wedding season, though the arrivals from the new season crop and expectations of higher output restricted the upside here. In spices, you had pepper futures rising on thin stocks and lesser than expected arrivals from the new season crop, offsetting expectations of higher output and weak exports. In turmeric, the prices rose as traders chose to buy at lower levels, supported by export demand and estimates of lower output, though the higher carry-forward stocks may limit much of an upside here. The jeera prices also rose on export demand, offsetting rising supplies from the new crop and expectations of higher output. India then is considering lowering the floor price of wheat sales to private traders for exports from state warehouses. Government sources have said that today to kickstart shipments by this route, as storage space for the world's second biggest producer is squeezed. One suggestion is to lower the prices to 13,500 rupees per quintal, or rather ton, from 14,800, said one government source today. The government last month allowed private traders to export up to 5 million tons of wheat from government warehouses, but set the floor prices, which was seen as too steep by the private traders. Vijay, what's your sense now coming in for wheat? 2% plus kind of gains coming onto that one, and the export policies, or rather, let's say the prices also seem to be more attractive now.
You're right, Manisha, and I've been bullish on wheat with a 8 to 10 month time frame. I think this is in line with expectations. Let's also not forget Rajasthan is reportedly wanting to offer 150 rupees bonus over and above the MSP price. And there are unconfirmed reports as of now that farmers from Haryana are likely to basically want to try and sell to Rajasthan to avail of higher bonus prices. So my guess is combine that with the export incentive to push stocks out of the warehouses or silos into the export market by lowering the prices is likely to clear the dead stock and therefore push up demand. I think it would basically mean that another 1–1.5% upthrust may be seen in the coming 1 or 2 trading sessions. Thereafter, I would expect some amount of cool off by way of profit taking from bulls who've accumulated some stock at lower levels, and then prices could consolidate for the next 1 or 2 trading weeks. The uptrend remains in place. The overall trajectory of grain and pulses prices do remain on a higher tops and higher bottoms formation here.
Clearly, and it's showing in the prices as well, good gains coming in today. The other important thing is the federal cabinet may discuss lifting some curbs on the tightly regulated sector minutes from now, months after the Prime Minister's economic advisor recommended easing restrictions to help stabilize the output. The two main proposals are to abolish levy sugar mechanism and the proposal to abolish regulated release of sugar as well. While the sugar prices really haven't done too much, the sugar stocks clearly anticipating that something would come into the evening today. And there on your screens, you've seen nearly 3% to 8% of a run-up coming in for most of those sugar companies. Vijay, what's your expectation? What are you hearing from the markets? And if it does come through, what impact can you expect on the sugar prices tomorrow?
Manisha, like I said yesterday, the sound of approaching hooves, if you want to call it that, or keeping your ears to the ground, I think traders are fairly dejected. They are not expecting all-out decontrol because of their recent experience, and therefore the markets have not really built in any kind of exuberance into the prices. Should there be any announcement of partial or total decontrol, I think sugar prices might just flare up. Not only commodity prices, but I think in the stock market, sugar stocks might just zoom, thereby squeezing all the shorts built into the system. But then that would be dependent on how benevolent the authorities are likely to be in terms of